take over the 4th position.
Jimmie Johnson, 29-year-old from El Cajon, California, came into the chase for the Nextel Cup after leading the championship for a lot of the season, kind of stumbling when they came into it. 4 of the 6 races before this final 10-race chase, Johnson finished 30th or worse. He's now less than a lap from the checkered flag tonight and a sweep of the season's races here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. Last man to do it at this racetrack, Dale Earnhardt, 1986.
That last lap's a long lap.
So what is winning before friends and family meet? That was it. Jimmie Johnson wins the UAW GM Quality 500, 1.7 seconds over Jeff Gordon. Jimmie Johnson back with his momentum in his championship bid in 2004.
Jeff Gordon stopping, congratulating. Ern Jr.'s running into him.
And the old congratulatory donut. 5th win of the season for Johnson, 3rd here at Lowe's Motor Speedway. And let's hear from his crew chief, Marty.
We'll talk about your chase to the Cup medicine for Jimmie Johnson and Chad Canals. If only they ran all 10 of these chase races at the Lowe's Motor Speedway, you'd be in really good shape, Chad.
Yeah, we're real happy with the way this car performed tonight. You know, we had a good car. We had to go back in our setups a little bit. Last night I was reading notes from 2002. So, you know, I'm really proud of Jimmie. He's just incredible here, and these guys did a great job. Great pit stops. It was a great day, dream day.
It's that hard work that pays off and gets Jimmie Johnson to victory lane.
And Jimmie's victory clinching the Manufacturers Championship for 2004 for Chevrolet. Congratulates Jimmie and the number 48 Monte Carlo on their big win. No cars dominated Cup racing like the defending and now once again the Manufacturers Champion Chevrolet in American Revolution.
He must be getting dizzy going around all those circles.
So Jimmie ties Jeff Gordon and Dale Earnhardt Jr. for most wins this season. And while we wait for Jimmie to come around so we can talk to him, here's how they ran tonight at Charlotte. The, of course, championship contenders in the yellow, and they finished fairly well on the night. In 1 lap of their 2nd straight win.
Boy, McMurray is all over it. Got him, bumped him, and moved Ryan up. Now, this ain't over yet.
Now, he's got to go through this corner now, doesn't he?
Now, Newman will drive by and bump him. Try to take the spot back, but McMurray hangs on to it.
Great race for 2nd to the finish, all the way to the checkered flag. But it's going on behind Jimmie Johnson, who picks up his 6th win of 2004.
Awesome job, guys. Awesome job.
And Johnson's championship bid.
Now, Rusty's going to go up and have a word with Ryan Newman.
Oh, we got him wrecked in turn 1 down here after the checkered flag, too.
Wow, Newman just drove into, well, I don't know who drove into who, but. Did Rusty drive into him? Well, interesting team meeting.
Yeah, we'll keep Mr. Penske busy here after the race. That seems to be the new vogue in burnouts. Put the nose against the wall and let it rip.
Tell you what, not a lot of room on this racetrack to do the burnouts.
No, that's right.
You can do some damage to your race car bouncing off the inside or outside retaining wall.
So Jimmie Johnson started the day in 8th place in the chase for the Nextel Cup, 227 points behind the leader Kurt Busch. Fortunately for Jimmie, Kurt finished 5th today, so just like last Saturday night at Charlotte, he won the race and only gained 20 points. He's going to win the race today and not gain very many more than that either, especially since Kurt got the bonus points for leading the most laps. 6th win of 2004.
Mark is just, both of these guys are driving their guts out right now.
As hard as they can possibly go and still keep the car under control.
One more time, one more lap, one more.
White flag is up. Final lap in Atlanta. Jimmie Johnson leading Mark Martin.
Got through there a little bit better this time, Jimmie Johnson, but still gained on him just a touch. But Johnson's got it. I mean, unless he makes a big mistake at 3 and 4, car can't go.
This could be 3 in a row for that 48 car.
Come on, buddy, come on. Bring it home. Bring it home. Jimmie, don't do any burnouts, buddy.
The emotions of the victory for Jimmie Johnson. He wins in Atlanta for Hendrick Motorsports.
That's good stuff.
And loving memory all the way.
One more thing.
Yeah. Nothing.
In loving memory all the way. Jimmie Johnson with his 7th victory of the season. After a terrible 7 days for the now Hendrick Motorsports.
The adrenaline comes down and the emotion hits.
And an emotional victory. You brought Rick Hendrick and Hendrick Motorsports back to victory lane with Jimmie Johnson behind the wheel, Chad.
This has been the hardest week of my life. Dealing with the loss that we had and trying to get back to the racetrack and do the jobs we've got to do and do what it is that Mr. Hendrick loves the most, and that's racing. And for us to try to put all that stuff behind us and do what it is that we need to do was just, it was hard, but we did it for him and we did it for the love of Rick and Linda and the rest of the Hendrick family and the Turners and Liz and Dick. I mean, it's absolutely amazing. You know, poor Scott, it's just awesome.
Seems like it was meant to be.
That's the man that did it right there. It just, I don't know if it was meant to be or not, but I guarantee you, Randy Dorton, it wasn't just his engine under the hood today.
Martin to second. And the white flag is up. Here comes Jeff Gordon. Jeff Gordon to third. Jimmie Johnson off of turn number 2, the final lap of the final Southern 500 at Darlington. Can he score the victory and close out this racetrack's great history with his name on the winner's trophy and put the exclamation point on a bid for the championship heading to Miami next Sunday? It'll be Jimmie Johnson as the winner of the 55th Mountain Dew Southern 500.
12 blocked him there, white flag.
Money flag next.
Jimmie Johnson in the 48. He'll stay tucked to that yellow line all the way around this racetrack. He will not open the bottom. That yellow line is his best friend. Just keep that car down low where they can't get under it. I don't think they've got the steam to do it.
Stewart looks low. He's got Gordon now up high. Gordon has Biffle. Jeff Gordon clawing his way toward the front.
Ryan Newman's
You in the 12. 12 jumped up top.
Jimmie's pulling away.
Yeah, you got those guys that Ryan had to block the 24 and gave Jimmie a little extra room there coming to the flag.
Jimmie Johnson wins the Budweiser shootout in his 3rd appearance, and he will take Hendrick Motorsports to victory lane in this event for the 5th time.
I'll tell you, that's a darn good race. Newlyweds there. Jimmie Johnson's wife Chandra married this past December. Way to start the year off. Daryl, I talked to Chad Canals the other day, Jimmie Johnson's crew chief. He said, we worked hard on Daytona, but we didn't work real hard. We worked on all the other races. That could be bad for the competition. I tell you, I think they got the steam under the hood. It looked to me like the 24 and the 48 both.
Johnson finished 7th in the shootout in 2003 and 9th last year. What a run he had at the end of 2004 to come within 8 points of winning the Nextel Cup.
That's Rick and Chad right there. And
here's Matt.
Well, you just told this team the winning move was the move on pit road.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we got a couple new players on our team on the pit crew, and those guys had an incredible pit stop, and they got us out in front of everybody else that took 4 tires. We knew when the 12 car took 2 that we'd be able to catch him pretty quick on the racetrack, and especially when he got out there by himself. And just the pit crew, they just did an incredible job.
What a way to start out Speed Week.
Yeah, it's my first victory here at Daytona. I'm pretty excited about it.
Congratulations.
well,
Guys,
jump up and down then. Come on, Chad, get with it.
Johnson the winner, Newman second by 0.2 of a second. Jeff Gordon third over Tony Stewart on the final lap. Biffle fifth. His teammate Kurt Busch sixth. Dale Earnhardt Jr., Mark Martin, Casey Kane, Bobby Labonte. The top 10. And if you had a wish, it would be that John and Ricky Hendrick and Randy Dorton, Jeff Turner, and all of those lost in that tragic plane crash in Martinsville, Virginia last October could be here to see this.
And Mike, these guys were making, huge gains last year.
8 straight finishes of 6th or better, including 4 wins in 2 seconds. This would make it 9, and he's 1 lap away.
Pretty smooth ride. Done a good job all day long. Got himself out front. Where that car had such a huge advantage is on new tires. It was really bad fast for a number of laps on new tires.
He has clean racetrack now. Half a lap to go, halfway down the backstretch.
So the House of Roush.
Absolutely rock. I love my job. I love my team. And boy, I'd love to see a victory lane.
The House of Roush becomes a teardown for Hotel Hendrick. Jimmie Johnson brings the Lowe's Chevrolet to the checkered flag. 5 wins in 2 seconds in the last 9 races for Johnson.
Yeah, Mike, 3 Hendrick cars in the top.
Turn 2, a crash on the final lap. Jeremy
Mayfield, I'm not sure what happened.
And so now the rest of this field will freeze as the caution waves for Mayfield's crash on the final lap. And as exciting as Johnson's win is, how about hometown teenager Kyle Busch, who gave a safe driving clinic to high school students just 4 years younger than him this weekend. And here he is finishing second in his hometown.
And he ran a limited schedule last year, but his first Nextel Cup start here was 1 year ago in Las Vegas,
where he crashed on lap 12.
Little different. What a difference a year makes.
Big brother, the Nextel champ Kurt Busch, comes home third, with Jeff Gordon fourth and Kevin Harvick a hard-fought fifth. Greg Biffle, Casey Mears, Matt Kenseth, Tony Stewart, Ryan Newman, the top 10.
I think we'll see a little celebrating here.
Kilt the motor. Can't get it started.
Oops.
Yeah, here it goes. Let's get.
Check your battery switches.
There you go. Here you go. It'll start.
Jimmie Johnson lights the hides on the way to victory lane. We'll be there next.
Welcome to the Nextel Post-Race Show. Brought to you by Nextel, helping NASCAR groups get things done. NASCAR and Nextel. Partners in speed. And Chevy congratulates Jimmie Johnson and the 48 Lowe's Chevrolet winning Monte Carlo, defending manufacturers champion records at their 508th win overall for Chevy. The revolution races on